Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel this week. Today we are finally starting videos that are all about the historical Belle Cosplay that I've been working on. If you follow me on Instagram or were following me on the Italian Renaissance Costume Challenge, this has been one of my big projects for this year. I ended up dropping out of that competition to focus on some personal stuff at home, but I still wanted to show you guys the cool project I've been working on. And day one, we need to worry about the hair. So one of the things that I was struggling with when I was doing this cosplay was how to translate Belle's beautiful little heart-shaped framed face, which does look a lot like 16th century Italian photos, or not photos, portraits, with a ponytail, into something historically accurate-ish. They wouldn't have really just worn their hair in a ponytail. You'll see in the bloopers how I am desperately trying to detangle my ends from having worn my hair basically like that today. Instead, we are gonna do bows. There's some really fun pictures of Italian ladies wearing their hair braided up and then it's tied around and secured with bows. If I can find one of these portraits that's not under some sort of copyright, see it right here. If not, I'll link it down below. Might do both. But that's kind of the thought process I'm going to be going with today. I still want to do the framed face effect, but then we're going to have bows tying up my braids in the back. I know, I'm just flipping my hair around for you guys. So let's get started with that. First things first, we're going to take a hair bodkin. If you guys have taken my classes at Penzic, you're going to be familiar with these. I prefer bone. It's just a preference. This one I believe is roughly, figured out it was 7-ish, 8 inches long. You can sometimes find them at bead importers. They'll label it as a hair stick with a little eye drilled in it with the intention of being able to like stick it in your hair like we did in the 90s with stuff hanging off the back of your hair sticks. But that's where this is, or where this came from. If you're in the Phoenix area, it was from Beats Galore, like eons ago when I lived in Phoenix. So first things first, we're going to create a center part, because that is what the styles would have. And we're going to carry that center part all the way down the back of the head. All right. So with that, more tangles. And this is why I doubt they would have been just wearing their hair down willy-nilly. That is a pain in the butt to detangle. Okay. So to keep this out of my way, I'm going to take one of the pieces of blue silk satin ribbon that I've cut off for this project. I'm just going to tie this up so it's not in my way for the next couple minutes. Hey look, pigtails. Anyway, I'm gonna take off my glasses before I knock them off. Okay, so to start on Belle's hair, we're gonna start to grab a good chunk of your bangs. And we're gonna stop at about the ears. We're gonna do some big, generous twists. Don't be afraid to get your fingers in there. Kind of tug up as you go. I'm doing sort of a twist and tug to make this fairly fluffy. Okay, and you're gonna see that I have pinched off that roll I did between these two fingers to keep it from going anywhere. tighten that end up just a little bit. Help. And it has stopped right about at my ear. And with that, I'm going to grab the rest of my hair from this side. I'm going to divide it into two, and I'm going to start braiding it down. Pro tip, this would probably have been easier if I had put on my earrings after styling my hair. My hair was not washed with modern shampoo the last couple days. I've been doing more of a historical comb it out with historical combs to remove any of the dandruff and excess oil, which has given it this great texture, and it's letting me do what I want. It's also got a much healthier glow than I'm used to getting when I'm using modern shampoo products. I had recorded a vlog on doing this sort of hair care a while back, but not all of the footage turned out, so I may need to re-record that for you guys and try that again. But anyway, we are down towards the ends. These are just some little linen cords that I created, and we're going to fold it into the two shortest ones of my braids, and we're gonna braid down a bit to start incorporating that. And this will give me a way to kind of tie the braids together and anchor them a bit before I start doing the bows. Okay, pretty much reached the end. I'll do a little half hitch knot on one, same on the other. That should keep it from going anywhere. The cute little end. Okay, and now to do the same thing over here. We'll worry about futzing through some of this curve right here. I get my bows, or after we get this set up and we're starting to fold things over, so that might just get tied up with a bow. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I am not familiar enough with styling a ton of different hair types. So mine's fairly fine and thick. I end up doing a lot of my friends' hair that has sort of the same texture. Hair with more texture is actually more fun to play with, but I'm not sure what this would look like with curls. So if one of you is out there and you want to play with this, let me know. I would love to see what kind of experiments you guys come up with. And I'm just setting my hair fall to the side. I do get quite a bit. And again, we're dividing this. Okay. We want to keep those roughly even. Little curls. We're gonna super twist this. Pull at it a bit as we do that. Fluff that curl up. There we go. Pinched between my fingers. Bring the rest of this forward. corners. Okay. And braid down. Don't be discouraged if that pinching thing seems a little bit difficult the first couple times you try this hairstyle. I've been doing variations on 16th century hair for a while now, so it's become just second nature. All right. There is my other string. It would probably be less conspicuous if you were using a string that matched your hair color. I've just gotten really good at hiding the ends of these underneath the other braid coil. All right. And in case this was out of focus the last time I did this, hitch one, wrap this around, thread it through the loop. There's a second hitch. Okay, so got a little bit of futzing to do. Get those big fluffy fronts that you see in the later 16th century and kind of help blend the whole aesthetic that you get with Belle's hair and it framing her face like that. And we've got the two braids. So my intention is to coil these around the back of my head. I'm just gonna kind of hang off the edge. And I'm gonna try and do a continuous loop. So, hopefully that focuses for you guys. It feels relatively secure. You don't necessarily want the hair to be sitting forward. That's not how historically they would have worn it. It would have been almost falling off the back of your head. Okay, and because I'm not hair taping right now, we are going to temporarily throw a couple bobby pins in place to act as a second set of hands while I start working on putting these bows in. All right, so there we go. Basic start right there. Now, different people who do these hairstyles have different preferences. I prefer silk satin ribbon. I found it super helpful. And it slides through my hair a lot easier. But because it's silk, it's still grabby and holds a knot pretty well for me. But I'm going to start with putting one bow right over where these two braids start to join. We've just got that. And we're going to tie a little bow. Alright, so I've got the two bows in place that are going to be where my two braids start to intersect on the back side of my head. And I'm thinking I could probably get away with doing just two more. One at the top center front and one at the very back at the nape of my neck. And that feels really secure. I've actually already taken out the 2 black bobby pins I used to secure those braids, because by tying these 2 sides together, it already is feeling pretty good. The Medici princesses actually do this style quite a bit with smaller ribbon or narrower ribbon. And when you're threading these through, you want to try and get some of the scalp hair. So you're going around your braid and down underneath your hair like that to secure it to the scalp. Crouch down so you guys can see this. I had to put my glasses back on so I could see this a little bit for final futzing. Alright, final bow. If your ribbon is thicker than the eye of your needle, your hair needle, I usually fold it into a triangle shape and then I kind of twist it. Creates a much smaller edge, which is way easier to thread through. I tend not to do the little V-cut on my hair ribbons because it makes it harder to thread through the hair bobbins. Okay, that feels really secure. Shaking my head, I can go run around, chase my dog, chase my horse Philippe, and I don't feel like my hair's going anywhere. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you like the 16th century hair tutorials, please comment down below, let me know. There's another version of this I will probably end up doing at some point that's going to have fake hair to augment that out. So if you're interested in seeing the process on how to make hair pieces that you can add into your hair for the 16th century, let me know too. Because then I will film that rather than just screaming at my hair pieces as I try and stitch them together. But thank you all of my new subscribers. It was so cool last week watching all of you come and join. Like and subscribe if you have not already to this video and you're wanting more content like this. And next week we're gonna have more pictures and probably sort of a vloggy video of the construction of my 16th century Belle Cosplay. So thanks for showing up. I hope you have a marvelous afternoon and chat with you later. Bye.